to the Gainey Athletic Complex for today's non-conference softball doubleheader between the Maroons, the University of Chicago, and the Knights of Calvin University. Let's have a look at our starting lineups. First of all, for Chicago, leading off will be the shortstop, number 7, Madeline Murphy. Batting second, the right fielder, number 16, Natalie Anton. Batting third, center fielder, number 14, Audrey Hui. In the cleanup spot and catching, wearing number 15, Mia Boshin. Batting fifth, the left fielder, number 23, Maya Martinez. In the DP spot, batting sixth, number 32, Ava Sanai. Seventh spot and playing second base, wearing number 4, Anna Jensen. In the eighth spot and playing first base, number 22, Alina Yazik. Playing third base and batting ninth, number 17, Matilda Nelson. And pitching for the Maroons, wearing number 10, Paige Hepke. For the Knights, leading off, the shortstop, number 20, Aubrey Herder. Batting second, the DP, number 17, Grace Glass. Batting third, the first baseman, number 23, Emily Gist. The catcher, wearing number 11, Taylor Sanborn. Batting fifth, the left fielder, number 12, Kennedy Pepin. Batting sixth, the right fielder, number 22, Tori Decker. Batting seventh, the center fielder, number 34, Emma Walker. Batting eighth, second baseman, number 32, Emily Sweetland. Batting ninth and playing third base, number 3, Lily Gostra. And pitching for the Knights is Emma Ludema. Coaching staffs for the University of Chicago, head coach Ruth Kamak, assisted by Myra Manuskin and Kelly Ostler. For the Knights, they are led by Becky Hilgert, assisted by Christy Vandermeer, Abby Colin, and Josie Wagner. And now would everyone please rise. Gentlemen, take off your caps as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem. Our Calvin University football marching band with the national anthem. Here we go.
And a pleasant good afternoon, everyone. Jeff Bibas, Sports Information Director at Calvin University, getting set to bring you today's doubleheader between the Maroons, the University of Chicago, and the Knights of Calvin University. These two teams have met annually in non-conference competition in softball and in a variety of other sports as well. Just 2.5 hours separating the two schools. Of course, Chicago out of the University Athletic Association, Calvin out of the MIAA. And last year, Calvin was at Chicago, and this year, the Maroons travel here to the Grand Rapids area. Of course, this complex where the softball field is technically in Kentwood, Michigan, just over the border line from Grand Rapids into the neighboring suburb of Kentwood. I was here when this whole complex was dedicated back in 2002. And we had the mayor of Grand Rapids, the mayor of Kentwood, and we had some other local state House of Representative types that were all here, and they all had a little. This complex does include parts of Grand Rapids and Kentwood. So thus, we get some interesting locales when we put it into our box score. Leading off for Chicago, the shortstop, number 7, Madeline Murphy. As you can hear, I'll be doing a little public address as well. Madeline Murphy leading off, the shortstop. For the Maroons, busy day of action for Calvin Athletics. Baseball is on the other side of campus, taking on Olivet right now. Last look, they were up 5-0, and still up 5-0 in the fourth. They've got a doubleheader, conference doubleheader. First pitch from Emma Ludema, the pitcher for the Knights here in game one, is a strike. Kelvin coming off a doubleheader sweep at Baldwin Wallace this past Monday. Won both ends of a twin bill in the Cleveland area. Second pitch up high, a ball. Knights come in at 13-3. Chicago comes in at 11-6. Chicago was in action, I believe it was Wednesday, and they got a win. Beat North Park 5-4. So that was a Chicago area matchup. Pitch just outside. 2-1. Ludema out of Wayland High School, south of Grand Rapids, about 30 miles or so as you go down US 131. A softball powerhouse built by the Hall of Fame coach Sherry Ritz, who also doubled as the school's athletic director. 3 balls, 1 strike. That last one was down low. So Ludema trying to find the strike zone here early. Chicago trying to get the leadoff batter aboard. There's a ground ball out toward short. Sweetland up with it over to first in time by a step and a half, and 1 away. Looked like that one got the batter on the hands a little bit, Murphy, and that one softly out to shortstop. The field is a little soft. I wouldn't call it, just like a sandbox or anything like that. But we have had some precipitation, and it's still semi-early in the spring. So it is not going to be a dry, dusty, hard pan, bouncy kind of competition, or competition field, if you will. So that one is in there for the strike. Now batting the right fielder, number 16, Natalie Anton. So Anton at the dish, left-handed hitter. Pop up, shallow left. Left fielder coming on, and that's Pepin with a grab, 2 away. Now batting shortstop, number 14, Audrey Hui. So Hui at the plate. She is a freshman out of Cumming, Georgia. There's a little soft blooper in the shallow center, coming hard, and the center fielder won't grab it. I think it was Walker. I think we'll give that a hit on the hard charging play by the defensive player there. Walker, her first year in center field as the starter. Of course, that was manned the last couple of years by the All-American Hannah Biddlecombe. And some new faces in the Kelvin lineup. Now batting the catcher, number 15, Mia Boshin. So Boshin at the plate. Walker did well to get there in position for that one. Had a long run. Pitch just missed inside a ball. Beautiful sunshiny afternoon. Temps in the low 50s. Little southwest wind going. Blowing out toward the left field corner. Ludema looks in. Here's the pitch and another little pop-up. And Ludema is there with a shoestring grab. And the Knights get out of there without any damage done. For Chicago, in the first, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. We go to the bottom of 1. 0-0 is our score. So looking at the Kelvin lineup, didn't have a chance to give you that. Aubrey Herder will lead off. She's the shortstop. Grace Glass batting second, the DP. Emily Gist, the first baseman, batting third. Taylor Sanborn, the catcher in the cleanup spot. Kennedy Pepin out in left, batting fifth. Tori Decker in right, batting sixth. Emma Walker, the center fielder, batting seventh. Emily Sweetland, she's at second. So, yeah, that play at short, I said it was Sweetland. She has played some short, but that was actually Aubrey Herder who made that play for the first out of the game. So I'll take that one back. So going back to what I was just saying, batting eighth, Emily Sweetland at second, and then Gostra at third, batting ninth. And then, of course, Ludema is the pitcher in this one. Chicago in the maroon uniforms, speckled in gray, and Kelvin in the gold uniforms today with maroon pants and a trim of white. Kind of a festive day yesterday. Was the opening day for Major League Baseball. So a lot of games underway. you're from the Chicago area or the Michigan area, you're probably keenly involved in the opening day game between the Tigers and the White Sox. It was down in the South Side. Detroit was a 1-0 winner in the opener. Can't remember the last time I've had a season opener at 1-0. Leading off for the night, shortstop number 20, Aubrey Herder. Swing and a foul back to the screen. Had a pretty good cut right there. Herder, the freshman out of Kalamazoo Christian High School. So for the last 3 years at short, they had Sidney Young at shortstop, who was a K Christian graduate, a Comet. And now we've got another former Comet out at short. Pitch gets the inside part of the plate, strike 2. So kind of doing the relay baton handoff, if you will. One shortstop to the next shortstop. Pitch outside. 1-2 on the hill is Hefke, pitcher for Chicago. She is a junior out of North Royalton, Ohio. Here's a swing and a foul off the top of the screen. Down below us. Stays 1-2. Knights have seen Hefke the last couple of years. She is out of North Royalton, Ohio, and a North Royalton graduate. Off-speed pitch floats outside, 2-2. Men's volleyball will be at home tonight, 7 o'clock, taking on the Adrian Bulldogs at Vennord Arena. The pitch. A strike on the inside part of the plate. Had a little bend on it and froze Herder for the first out. Now batting, the DP, number 17, Grace Glass. So Glass at the plate, the speedy DP in this game. She has also played some outfield, slap hitter out of the Indianapolis area. Looked like she was going to put the bunt down, pulled the bat back, and the pitch was low a ball. Third baseman is in very tight, expecting the bunt. Really, the whole infield is in fairly tight. Outside, 2-0. Pitch and a little check swing foul down the third baseline. Can remember, it seemed like it was just a few days ago, Grace playing left field in the MIAA Tournament Championship Series final. And if I remember, she caught the final out, or one of the final outs against Alma. That was 2021, and that does not seem like it was nearly 4 years ago. Ooh, a bunt came right in on the hand. She's going to sprint down to first. Safe, says our base umpire. I thought they might have had her by a half step. It was a good hard fastball, and she had to kind of back up to get that one down and went off the handle between the third and the pitcher's circle. And she was able to run that one out. Now batting, first baseman number 23, Emily Gist. So Gist, the second year in a night uniform, Wheaton College transfer out of Bettendorf, Iowa. A shot up the middle, and it'll elude the shortstop, and 2 runners aboard. That was a very hard hit ball. Gist had a big, healthy cut there. Now batting the catcher, number 11, Taylor Sanborn. So Sanborn out of the Thumb area, Midland High School grad, nursing major, excellent student, academic honor roll honoree, left-handed hitter, throws right-handed. And she's got a lot of power, and she could go either way, right or left. Pitch down low, gets in the dirt and away from the catcher. And the runners will move up to second and third. It'll take away the force. Sanborn can pull the ball, and like I said, she can slice it the other way toward the left center field gap. And there's a pretty good gap out there between left and the center fielder out there. And there's a looper in the right center field, and that will be caught. Tagging as Glass at third, and she comes home with a run. It'll be a sac fly. Sanborn tagged it pretty well. Gist at second had a quick scramble back. She was not tagging. Almost got doubled off. So 1 run in. Now batting, left fielder number 12, Kennedy Pepin. So Pepin out of Bourbonnais, Illinois, Bradley Bourbonnais High School, right-handed hitter. Oh, a hitter right on the front arm there. She'll wear it for an HBP, as they like to say, and there's 2 runners aboard with 2 outs. Now batting, right fielder, number 22, Tori Decker. So Tori Decker, the pride of Hudsonville Unity Christian High School at the plate, had a couple of home runs last year off the foul pole. I had never seen one of those in my 28 years as SID until last spring, and she did it twice in the same season. She's got some power in that bat. Can also play catcher, DP. Today she's in right. That first pitch was in there for a strike. Here's a swing and a miss on a drop ball. Good pitch by Hefke. 0-2 with 2 outs. Knights up 1-0. Sacrifice fly a moment ago by Taylor Sanborn. Knights have rung up a couple of hits so far in this one. Here's the pitch. Outside a ball. 1-2. Decker not fishing for that one. 1-2. We'll see what Hefke pulls out of the bag of pitches here. Swing and a good foul back to the screen by Decker. She fought that rise ball off and got a piece of the bat on it to stay alive. Home opener today for Calvin. Little change up towards shortstop. Shortstop up with it and over to first in time. Plenty of time for the out. For the Knights in the first, there was 1 run, 2 hits, no errors, 2 left on base. We go to the top of the second inning. Calvin 1 in Chicago, nothing. Let's see, looking at other sports action here. Well, Calvin baseball now up 6-0 in the 5th. Game number 1 of that doubleheader. Down in the hole, as they like to call it, where the baseball field is, down in the, literally, the hole below the Spoolhoff Fieldhouse complex. Volleyball tonight. Track and field, they're at the WashU Distance Carnival. I had some good runs in the 3,000-meter steeplechase and the 10K last night. Those results came in at about 12:30 a.m. Eastern time. And a few more distance runners competing today. That's down in St. Louis, Missouri. Golfers are in action today. Women's golf at the Trine Invitational. Men's golf at the Davenport Invitational here locally in the Grand Rapids area. Leading off for the Maroons, number 23, Maya Martinez. Martinez out of Chicago, Illinois, a Whitney Young Magnet High School graduate. Pitch was in there for a strike. So a lot of Calvin Chicago matchups last weekend. Pitch goes outside a ball at the NCAA Swimming and Diving Championships. And in fact, those 2 programs met in a dual meet back in late January, and then a number of individuals from both sides made it to nationals and swam against each other in several championship or consolation finals. There's a shot hit out toward left field, and that will be off the fence. Pepin up with it, and Martinez is in there with a leadoff double. That had a little top spin on it. She hit it well, and it ended up dipping right at the base of the wall as it got over the head of Pepin. So the leadoff batter aboard here for Chicago. Now batting, the DP, number 32, Ava Sinai. So bring Sinai to the plate, the DP. We'll see if the bunt is on or if they'll allow her to just hit away and try to advance the runner or bring the runner home. Number 6 batter in the lineup, right-handed hitter. In tight at the corners. A strike on the outside part of the plate. No sign of a bunt there. I suspect they will allow her to hit away. 1-0 Calvin. Knights getting a run in the bottom of the first. Chicago trying to punch back. Little Pfister out toward third. Up with it. Gostra over to first in time. Runner will move up on the play. So the runner now in scoring position with 1 out. Now batting second baseman, number 4, Anna Jensen. So Jensen, sophomore out of Irvine, California. So a shout out to her folks if they are watching in. Southern California area, Irvine, California. First pitch in there for a strike. Calvin will bring in student athletes from around the country, as will Chicago. So you get a lot of states mentioned here in hometowns. Here's a little fly ball, shallow right field. Runner is tagging, throw to the plate, and Sanborn, and she is out at the plate. 9-3, they decided to ride the Rapids, and it was Tori Decker gunning the runner down. That'll be a 9-2 putout on the fly out, put out on the play. So the Knights maintain that 1-0 lead. In the second, top of the second, for Chicago, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and no one left on base. Go to the bottom of the second. Calvin leads it 1-0. That's a play where maybe you just ride the Rapids early in the game and see if the outfielder can make an accurate throw, and she did. Shallow enough in right field, and that was straight on the fly, no hop to it, no bounce, and a fairly easy play for Sanborn, the catcher, who had the ball in plenty of time to make the sweep tag. Emma Walker will lead it off for the Knights, a center fielder. Leading off for the Knights, a center fielder, number 34, Emma Walker. Emma out of Hamilton, Michigan, a Saugatuck High School graduate. Right on the lakeshore. Pop up on the infield. It's going to be in foul territory. Third baseman underneath it, and she will make the grab. First pitch is 1 out. Now batting, second baseman number 32, Emily Sweetland. So Sweetland at the dish, another right-handed hitter out of Ann Arbor, Michigan, a Saline High School graduate. Swing and a miss. That had a good slide action, that pitch, and Sweetland was underneath it. Pitch just inside, 1-1. Bringing the sunglasses out here right now. Get a little bright here in the press box. Foul out of play. Just like that, it's a ball and 2 strikes. Wind the pitch, it's going to float high, 2-2. This Calvin team was in the top 25 a few weeks ago, snuck in and at the number 24 spot after a very successful spring break trip. Swing and a miss, another one of those hard sliders or fastballs with action, if you will. Now batting, third baseman number 3, Lily Gostra. So it's 2 away. Then the Knights going 2-2 at a tournament at Transylvania. Dipping out of the top 25 in the last poll. Did receive some votes. Pitch a bit high, it looked like, for a ball. But off to a good start, and a number of MIAA schools are off to good starts right now. If you look at the league standings, and I can get those to you here in a bit. Here's a hard shot out toward left field. Left fielder turning and over her head to the base of the wall. Gostra around first, on to second base, and a stand-up double with 2 outs. That thing got up into the wind tunnel and took off. Now batting shortstop, number 20, Aubrey Herder. So Herder at the plate. She struck out her first time up. Anything hit out to left field is going to be an adventure for a left fielder, I can tell you that. Pop up on the infield. Second baseman coming in and making the grab, so the Knights retired without any damage done. For Calvin in the second, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. We go to the top of 3, Calvin 1 and Chicago nothing. So the MIAA standings as of a couple of days ago, Trine, the defending national champ, at 20-1, Calvin 13-3, Adrian at 12-4, Elma at 11-5, Hope at 12-7, Albion at 10-6, Kalamazoo at 4-7, and they knocked off number 15 MIT this past week down in Florida. Olivet. Looks like 1-6, and then St. Mary's 2-10. So the bottom of the MIAA, not the best of records, although Kalamazoo showing it can be a dangerous side. But boy, then you look at the top 6, and all with impressive 1-loss records. Leading off for Chicago, number 22, Alina Yazik. So Yazik at the plate for the first time. Fouls it back to the screen. She is playing first base today. So getting back to the league, I had talked to head coach Becky Hilgert, and she basically said the league is going to be so tough this year. We'll have to be prepared for a battle every time we're out. Here's a fly ball hit out well, left field. Going back is Pepin, and she's underneath it, makes the grab. Now batting for Chicago, the third baseman, number 17, Matilda Nelson. Nelson off the instep, if I could say that, of the bat there. Thought it might have hit her foot at first. Softly hit to third, and Gostra is up. One pitch, and out number 2. Now batting the shortstop, number 7, Murphy. Madeline Murphy at the plate. Takes a pitch just down low, a ball. Murphy grounded out to short her first time up. Pop up on the infield, shortstop underneath it and makes the grab. 3 up and 3 down. That was Herder coming down with the grab, and Ludema with a very efficient third inning. I think she had about 5 pitches to get the 3 outs. And it remains 1-0. For Chicago there in the top of the third, 3 up, 3 down. We head to the bottom of 3, Calvin 1, Chicago nothing. It's like baseball is in the 6th inning. The big blow in that one was a 3-run homer by Nate Mason from looking at the live stats. That is a season opening 3-game series against Olivet. They were going to play just 1 today and then 2 tomorrow, but Rain is in the forecast for tomorrow, so they wanted to for sure get 2 in today, and if they have to make up 1, they want to just make up 1 on Monday. Now batting the DP, number 17, Grace Glass. Softball is supposed to travel down to Wheaton, Chicago area tomorrow for a doubleheader. They're hoping to beat the rain. There's a little check swing out toward short, and making the grab is Murphy. 1 pitch, 1 out. Now batting, first baseman number 23, Emily Gist. So Gist at the plate, singled her last time up, had a hard shot up the middle. So baseball's supposed to play 1 tomorrow. We've got men's lacrosse at home. Women's lacrosse is on the road tomorrow, I believe at Aurora. Men's lacrosse hosting North Central, and then volleyball also at home tomorrow at 1. Pitch down low, a ball. Well, Gist has that kind of power where she can turn on one and send it over the fence. Real quick hands and strong bat speed. A bender in there for a strike, 1-1. Got Zoe Hazelhoff in the bullpen, getting some tosses in. I would suspect we could see her at some point this afternoon in either game. Here's a pop-up that was in on the hands, drifting backwards and out of play over our heads. 1-2. Gist does not get cheated at the plate. She takes a big cut. You can hear the Iowa chants there in the dugout. She's Bettendorf. Oh, right off the front arm. Now, are they going to say she has first? She will. She moved a little bit. Almost, you could almost make an argument she moved into that ball, but that was another one of those sliders that was moving. So it'd be pretty tough to argue that she moved into it when that ball was moving itself. So she's at first with 1 out. Now batting the catcher, number 11, Taylor Sanborn. That's the second batter that's been hit by Hefke. Shot foul down the first base line off the home or visiting team dugout. Sanborn, another player that gets a pretty healthy cut at the plate. Had the sac fly back in the first that got Kelvin its first run. Change up down low, 1-1. Got the neighboring high school field to us, turning into a dog run today. Looks like got a dog chasing down some balls there. Fastball on the outside part of the plate, 1-2. Had pretty good action and good location by Hefke. Righty against the lefty. The pitch. Shot foul. That was in on the hands, and Sanborn fought it off. Nice thing about that dog run, it's got a nice puddle of water, so, you know, when the dog needs a break and needs a water break, it's right there. Gotta like it. The pitch up high, 2-2. .220 to center, 200 down the lines. Wind almost non-existent right now. Oh, and a swing and a foul. That might have been ball 3, but Sanborn didn't want to take a chance and just got a piece of it. Fouled it off. Little cat and mouse game between pitcher and batter. We'll see if Hefke pulls the string with an off-speed or comes in hard. Off-speed pitch in the dirt, 3-2. Pepin is on deck for the Knights. Foul off her instep. That one did hit her on the foot, and She's trying to shake that one off. Right off the top of the foot. Never feels good. Especially when it's a little colder out. Sanborn trying to get that leg and foot moving there, get some blood moving through that leg and foot to shake it off.
That's a jersey tuck right there. So me. So take me out. Please.
So 3-2, Sanborn back in there. It's been a lengthy at-bat here. And there's a shot in the left field. Great piece of hitting. And it's down for a hit. She kept her hands back and went the other way. And 2 runners aboard with 1 away. It was a great at-bat by Sanborn. Now batting left fielder, number 12, Kennedy Pepin. Right-handed hitter. Just a bit high, 1-0. Time will be called. They'll have another chat, catcher and pitcher. Bottom of the 3rd inning, 1-0 Kelvin. 1 away. Knights got a run in the 1st inning. No leaves on the trees yet. That'll probably change in the next week and a half. Already see all the buds out on the branches. Swing and a miss. 1-1. March 32nd to the last day of March here. Swing and a miss. Good hard fastball. Up and in. So it's 1-2. Up high. Another one of those riding fastballs. Hit a little hop to it. A rise. 2-2 with 1 away. Pepin trying to put something in play here. She is up on top of the plate. Pop up out of play right behind us. Seems like all the right-handed hitters for the Knights are instructed to be as close to the plate as possible. The pitch in the dirt. 1 hops to the catcher, and the count is full. So Herder starting to rack up some pitches here. Sanborn went about 8 pitches with her. Now we're up to about pitch number 7 or 8 on Pepin. The pitch. A strike on the inside part of the plate. A big strike 3 for Hefke, and there's 2 away. Now batting right fielder number 22, Tori Decker. So Decker at the plate, she had the big defensive putout and assist last half inning. Snagged it in right field and then gunned a runner out at the plate. She's got a chance to bring home a few more. There's a slicer and it's going to drop down the line. It's going to just die in shallow right field. That thing had some backspin like a golf wedge shot. And it brings home Emily Gist with Kelvin's 2nd run. A big 2-out hit by Tori Decker and runners at the corners. Now batting center fielder, number 34, Emma Walker. Two nothing Knights. Bottom of the 3rd inning. Still a chance for more. Inside. 1-0. Got a pretty good crowd here on a sunshiny Good Friday afternoon. The pitch. There's a well-hit ball out into the gap. Left center field. No one's going to get there. All the way to the fence. One run is home. Here comes Decker rounding third. Cut off by the shortstop, and 2 runs are in. A stand-up double for Walker, and the Knights take a 4-0 lead. Now batting, second baseman, number 32, Emily Sweetland. So Walker will get the old base glove, or base running glove. Straps it on. We're ready to go. Some big 2-out hits here for the Knights have resulted in 3 additional runs. Pitch outside, a ball. Decker dropping a soft line drive down the right field line, bringing in 1 run, and then a double a moment ago by Walker that plated 2 more. The pitch, and there's a little fly ball headed out toward right, and that time the right fielder tracks it down and makes the grab. For the Knights there, in the third, there were 3 runs on 3 hits. 1 runner left on base. Go to the top of the 4th inning. Knights lead at 4-0. Looks like baseball up 7-0 in the 6th inning of game number 1.
Maybe not that one. Marcus Holt is now engaged in
Leading off for the Maroons here in the 4th, right fielder, number 16, Natalie Anton. Line score right now, Chicago no runs, 2 hits, no errors for Kelvin, 4 runs, 6 hits, and no errors. Left-handed hitter, Anton, looks in against Ludema, the pitch. In there for a strike, inside part of the plate. Ludema got a 6-3 win on Monday at Baldwin Wallace. Right-handed pitcher. Here it comes. Little looper out in the right center field, and it's going to get past the center fielder Walker and all the way to the fence. Walker up with it to the cutoff person, Sweetland, and that'll be a stand-up double. So the 3rd hit of the game for the Maroons. Now batting, center fielder, number 14, Audrey Hui. Hui, the right-handed hitting center fielder. Chops it toward third. Gostra up with it. Over to first for the out. Throw down to third and save just under the tag. Home plate umpire had to rotate to get over there. So 1 away and the runner now in scoring position. Now batting, the catcher number 15, Mia Boshin. It's interesting in softball with a 2-person umpiring crew on a play like that, when the home plate umpire has to take third. In baseball, they teach you to rotate out of the bases. If you're the base umpire toward the middle of the field, there's a pitch dropped by the catcher for strike, actually. No advance. But if you are the base ump in that situation, you're supposed to kind of make your way toward the pitcher's mound, and then if there's an overthrow of third, you're the person to make the call at the plate. And if that ball had gotten by the third baseman, there would have been nobody at the plate. Not saying anything about the umpires. It's just the way softball is with a condensed field. There's only so much ground you can cover in a short amount of time. 1-1 is our count here with 1 out in the 4th. Up and in, 2-1. Four nothing here, top of the 4th. Kelvin in the lead. Chicago with a runner in scoring position. A strike at the knees and on the outside part of the plate. Good pitch by Ludema, 2-2. Pitch well outside, a waste pitch, 3-2. Batter Boshin was not biting. Count now full. The pitch. There's a shot, foul. Down the left field line. Count remains full. The pitch in the dirt, and that will be ball 4. So runners at the corners. Now batting, left fielder, number 23, Maya Martinez. Looks like we might have a pinch runner at first. It's like 24. Is it 24? Or 21? 21, yeah. So Layla Sims. Pinch running at first, number 21, Layla Sims. Now batting the DP, number 32,
23.
or 23, Martinez. So Martinez is at the plate. Got a pinch runner out at first. Runner's at the corner, and she is going, and there's a fly ball hit deep down the left field line, well over the fence, but foul. That was about 15 feet over the fence, but pulled foul. Layla Sims is our pinch runner. So let's see if the runner is going. And we'll see if Ludema comes in with the hard stuff or comes in with the changeup. Batter is right in on the plate. Here's the pitch. Down low and outside. Sims, meanwhile, steals second base. No attempt. It was an off-speed pitch and really no chance for Sanborn. So 2 runners in scoring position now for Chicago. The pitch, that's a changeup, and that will float high. Not a bad pitch. Batter wasn't biting, though. 2-2, 1 out. Runners at second and third. 4-0 is our score, top of the 4th inning. There's a shot, foul. Down the third base line. Martinez fighting it off her hands, like I said. Like the Kelvin batters, too, just right on top of the plate, just fighting off anything on the inside part. The pitch, and she reaches out and fouls it over the screen. That one was headed toward the outside part of the plate, and that was a protection swing. Third base and first are in tight. Here's another foul out of play. So this at bat's up to about 9 pitches here. In fact, I'd say the whole infield is in fairly tight. Third and first are in about 3 steps. In fact, I'd say Gist is almost 4 steps in. Here's the pitch and a pop-up, and again, out of play. Another fresh softball into the game here. Keeping the dugout busy there. Umpire's got a new reserve ball as well. 10 pitch at bat. The pitch. Change up, and just got her bat out there in time to trickle it foul. Game was sailing along, and the last inning or so, we have had some lengthy at-bats from both sides. Pitch outside, count now full. So second straight batter that Ludema has gone to a full count on. A pitch and another foul. That was on the inside part of the plate at the knees, and Martinez all over that one. It's like a game of cricket right now. Everything thrown at her, she's whacking away. In the dirt, ball 4. And the bases are loaded. Time will be called by Sanborn. We'll be out to talk to Ludema. The one thing you can say about this situation is there is a force at any base. Now batting the DP, number 32, Ava Sinai. On the flip side, one swing of the bat could tie this game. Chicago in the maroon and gray uniforms. Kelvin in the maroon and gold unis. The pitch. Oh, did that hit the bat or did that hit her? I think that hit the bat. Oh, they're going to say it hit her. Said it hit her arm first and then the bat. So that'll be an HBP and a run scored. And Coach Hilgert is out. I think we got ourselves a pitching change, yep. Ludema will check out, and in comes Zoe Hazelhoff. So Hazelhoff in here to try to stem the tide. Ludema was cruising along, and then a few lengthy at-bats, a couple of walks, a hit batter, and starting to lose her control a bit, and the Knights trying to put a hole in the dike, or beg your pardon, put a plug in the hole in the dike. With the bases still loaded. Hazelhoff out of Kalamazoo, Michigan, Kalamazoo Christian High School grad. It's had a good spring thus far. She's gone 24 innings, 0.58 earned run average. Was a MIAA Pitcher of the Week a few weeks ago as well. And we got time called. What do we have here? They want the players fully in the dugout, I think. I think we have Jensen at the plate. Here's the pitch. Strike. Now batting, the second baseman, number 4, Anna Jensen. Second base back in medium depth, in tight everywhere else, and it's out towards second. They will go to 1 and get the second out. Another run in, makes it 4-2. Runner still at second and third with 2 away, so it'd be an RBI. Now batting, the first baseman, number 22, Alina Yazik. First pitch in there for a strike. Good hard action by Hazelhoff. Pitch outside, a ball. One ball, one strike, 2 away. Now 4-2 here. A riding fastball in there at the letters, strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes as Hazelhoff brings it in. The pitch. Little changeup flared out toward short. Shortstop up with it. Over to first in time by a step. And the Knights get out of that jam. The Maroons do get a couple of runs. We have any hits in that inning? One hit.
2 runs, 1 hit.
For Chicago in the top of the 4th. There were 2 runs and 1 hit. No errors, 2 left. Go to the bottom of 4. Kelvin leads at 4-2. Leading off for the Knights, third baseman number 3, Lily Gostra. Gostra leading it off. First pitch is in there for a strike. And it is a bright, sunshiny afternoon here at Gainey Field. Swing and a miss on the changeup. She was well out in front, 0-2. Gostra will try to recollect herself. The pitch. Fly ball hit down the right field line. Right fielder underneath it in foul territory. So foul ball fly out to the right fielder, and there's 1 away. Now batting, the shortstop, number 20, Aubrey Herder. Herder at the plate. In the dirt, a 1-hopper. She's got pretty good length, Herder, probably about 5'10", 5'11". Gives her good reach out there at shortstop. The pitch, swing and a miss on a fastball up at the letters, 1-1. Bottom of the 4th. Here's the pitch. Drop ball, and that was a nasty one. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Hefke has got the batters off balance so far here in the 4th. Foul down the right field line. Look out. Ooh, hit the batter in the... got kind of a batting tee and net there over in the bullpen area. glanced off the batter taking swings. Looks like she's all right. Pitch outside, 2-2. The pitch, swing and a miss. That one had some tailing action, and Herder was well out in front. 2 away. Now batting the DP, number 17, Grace Glass. So Hefke getting back into a groove in the circle for Chicago. After Kelvin had scored 3 back in the third, and she's looked good now against the last 2 night hitters. Here's Glass, a little pop-up, an easy play for the third baseman, who comes in and snags it out of the air. That was Natalie Anton. For the Knights in the 4th, 3 up, 3 down. We head to the top of 5. Kelvin leads it 4-2. Line score right now, 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors for Chicago, 4 runs, 6 hits, and no errors for Kelvin. Baseball game, they're in the 7th now, top of the 7th, and Kelvin leads at 7-2. That's Kelvin against Olivet. So it looks like a pinch hitter here for Chicago. Allie Gore, number 33, the lead off here in the 5th. Now batting for Chicago, number 33, Allie Gore. Pitch inside a ball, 1-0. Top of the 5th inning, 4-2. Kelvin on top. Another one outside, 2-0. So Hazelhoff going inside and then outside, but missing the zone on both of her first 2 offerings. There's a chop foul. Back behind the plate, 2-1. Sanborn at catcher, Gist at first, Sweetland at second, Herder at short, Gostra at third, Pepin out in left, Walker in center, and Tori Decker out in right. The pitcher is Hazelhoff, and there's a bounder out towards second. Nice 2-hopper for Sweetland, and she flips it over to first in time for the out. Now batting for Chicago, number 17, Matilda Nelson. So Nelson at the plate, right-handed hitter. A strike on the outside part. Good pitch by Hazelhoff. Thing had a little bite on it. Nelson, again, on top of the plate. Pitch outside, 1-1. Here is a pop foul and into the bullpen area. First base line, 1-2. Changeup floats high, 2-2. Nelson, the number 9 hitter in this order, and then we'll bring up the top of the lineup. Hazelhoff The relief pitcher for the Knights, that one's inside, 3-2. Got Elena Garcia and Allie Schultz taking swings. They would both be candidates for pinch hitting roles later in this game. Here's a hard fly ball out toward right. Trying to get there. Decker reaches and she won't get it. It's off the chalk. Bounces to the fence. Rounding second, heading for third, and in there with a stand-up triple is Nelson. That was a tailing fly ball right down the line. Decker with a dive and couldn't get her glove on it. And it rolled to the fence. So another runner in scoring position and only one out. I think we got ourselves another pinch hitter. Oh, it's Anton. So she's in the lineup. Now batting number 16, Anton, the right fielder. So that was Murphy, the shortstop, who just hit it down the right field line. So I think I was still saying Nelson, who had batted. Here's a chopper toward first. Off of Gist's glove and into second base area. That'll be a run. I think that's probably going to be an error. I probably would not give that an RBI at this point. Probably not an earned run either. It's a one-run game just like that. Pinch runner at first.
Number 8.
Claire Portier is our pinch runner at first base. Now batting number 14, Audrey Hui. So it's 4-3 here in the fifth. Chicago has made this game very interesting. Just had a little nubber that went off the glove of Gist at first and allowed the runner to come home from third. It's in there for a strike. Here's a fly ball. Out of play. Look out. Got a dog walker. That thing was a little too close for comfort. It's 0-2. So Chicago is kind of retaking the momentum. They trail 4-3, but they have scored the last 3 runs. Still a runner aboard here. Pitch outside. 1-2. Top of 5. Hazelhoff is our relief pitcher in for Ludema. Here's the pitch. And a shot foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Kelvin had the early momentum up 4-0. Here's a changeup runner going down to second base, and I think in there, yes, she is. With a slide, just picked the right pitch to go on the changeup, and our pinch runner, Fortier, was able to beat that one. So she is in scoring position with only 1 out. So the Maroons using the base paths to their advantage on another foul. Boy, there has been a number of pitches that Chicago has fought off in these at-bats. Well outside that pitch, and it is a familiar count, 3-2. We have had a lot of those in this one. The pitch and a ground ball out towards second. Sweetland there, flips to second for the out. Runner moves up to third. Fortier with 2 away. Now batting, the catcher, number 15, Mia Boshin. So Boshin at the plate, number 4 hitter with a runner in scoring position, a chance to tie it for the Maroons. Hazelhoff, pitch outside a ball. See Calvin head football coach Trent Fig and his wife Tori and one of his sons here just pulled up in attendance. They had a couple of days of spring practices this week, opening up spring ball, if you will. Pitch in there for a strike. They got 15 spring practices. They were practicing in some pretty tough weather on Wednesday. That was a nasty cold wind. Yesterday, a little bit more sun, still a little bit cool, but getting their work in. Pitch outside, 2-1. First Calvin football game, the coaches will tell you they're on the clock, is September 7. Knights hosting the Yeomen of Oberlin over at Grand Rapids Christian High School. Here's the pitch, and a chopper, another one out toward first. Who's going to cover? Nobody, and we got ourselves a tie game. An infield hit for Boshin, and that brings the runner home from third. Gist decided to go for the ball. I thought for a moment it might be the better play to allow the second baseman to go for it, but I think Kelvin was handcuffed because the second baseman grabs it. I'm not sure who covers first base. And it's tied at 4. Now batting for Chicago, left fielder number 23, Maya Martinez.
Is Mike at baseball? Yeah. Okay.
So we've got ourselves a ball game here at Gainey Field, the opener of a doubleheader. The pitch. A little number right out in front of the plate. It's going to be a tough one. Down to first and in time for the out. A little contact between the runner and the first baseman, Gist, who had to reach into the line to catch that one. Good play by Hazelhoff to sprint out of the circle and gun that one down to the first. So that did end the Chicago top of the 5th, but not before they get a couple more runs back. Got ourselves a tie game. So Hazelhoff at this point will now be the pitcher of record. In fact, I think she was going to be the pitcher of record. Well, no, Ludema could have gotten the loss. Well, no. Didn't pitch enough innings A for the win and then didn't give enough runs to ever put Kelvin behind or tied. So Hazelhoff right now is the pitcher of record for Kelvin. Hefke, of course, has gone all the way thus far for Chicago. Bottom of the 5th, and the heart of Kelvin's lineup is up. Gist, Sanborn, and Pepin. That last half inning, there were 2 runs. There was 1 hit, 1 error, 1 runner left on base. Leading off for Kelvin here in the bottom of the 5th, first baseman, number 23, Emily Gist. So Gist out of Bettendorf, Iowa, at the plate. And that one hit her right on the foot. That is the 3rd batter hit by Chicago. I think we've had 4 hit batters in this game. 1 by Kelvin and 3 by Chicago pitching. Now batting the catcher, number 11, Taylor Sanborn. Well, normally you might try to put the runner in scoring position with some type of bunt, but with the way Sanborn can hit, I don't think we're going to see a bunt in order. I think she will hit away. Again, a big gap out there in left center field. Swings and loops it into right field. That's going to drop. They're going to gun it down to second, not in time. And another hit for Sanborn, her second of the game. She is 2 for 2 and is driven in. I think a couple of runs now. We're going to have a pinch runner, I think. Yep, Sanborn will be out. And I think that's Carly Dole who is going to pinch run. Normally she's been in the lineup, but she's banged up a little bit. So unable to hit right now, but she can run. Now batting left fielder number 12, Kennedy Pepin. So this is where you might see the bunt in order. Pepin can get the bunt down, and I think the infield knows it. They are in extremely tight, like 35 feet from the plate. And there's a good bunt toward first base. It's thrown away in the right field. And we've got a run in. Calvin takes the lead and runners at the corners. So that'll be a sac bunt and then an error on the first baseman. No RBI, an unearned run. Great bunt by Pepin, and first baseman just threw it wide to the second baseman in the right field. Now batting right fielder number 22, Tori Decker. Well, that play is easier said than done. The old flip to first on the sacrifice, first to second, hitting a moving target. Going is Decker, and she will take second, or beg your pardon, that's Pepin, and she will take second base on the steal. So now runners at second and third. That pitch was a strike. Well, if you're Decker, you just want to put something in play now. The pitch. Fly ball, well hit, right center field. It's going to get in the gap and score two. Decker around first, headed for second. She's going to head for third. Center fielder had to flip it to the right fielder to allow her to throw it in, and that is a two-run RBI triple, and Decker is flexing out there at third base. The Knights with a 7-4 advantage. I think one of those will be an unearned run. The Pepin at first base. Still no outs. And I think going back, Bree, on that sac bunt, that'll now be an earned run, the one that came in from third. So you have to go back and check that one. But the Pepin bunt will be unearned. Now batting center fielder number 34, Emma Walker. So the Knights punching back. It's been a back and forth game. Leading 7-4. That was a great at-bat by Tori Decker. Pitch in the dirt, a ball. Hefke was rolling back in the fourth inning. There's a fly ball hit out toward left. Tagging is Decker, and she won't have to tag. That one is over the left fielder's head and out to the wall. Another extra base hit, a double there for Walker, and it's 8-4. Now batting for the Knights, second baseman number 32, Emily Sweetland. Time called by the Chicago coaching staff. A visit out to the circle. Do have somebody warming up in the pen. No motion to make the move yet. So Sweetland at the plate. Puts the bunt down, and it's going to be foul. It's a good thought right now. It moves your runner from second over to third, if you can get that bunt down. The way this game has gone, I don't think any lead is safe. You want to tack on as many runs as possible. Knights with 4 here, though, in the 5th. They'd like to tack on another. Another bunt attempt, pop up, and foul. So it's 0-2. You can bunt with 2 strikes. Of course, the risk is if you foul it, it goes as a strikeout. I can tell you, back in the 9th grade, old Phoebus stories here, I had an 0-2 count and was given a suicide squeeze bunt sign, and I did get the bunt down. Brought home the tying run. Here is the pitch, swing and a miss. One away. It's a situation where I was going to strike out most likely, so the risk was worth it. Now batting third baseman number 3, Lily Gastra. Pitch up high, a ball. Runner still out at second base. That's Walker. 1 away. Bottom of 5. Pitch high, 2-0. That one just gets a piece of the outside plate. Throw it on to second base, and back is Walker. That one got away from the second baseman. Kelvin leading 8-4. Change up high. 3 balls, 1 strike on Gastra. The junior at a Grand Rapids Christian High School played her ball right next door, literally right next door. So Grand Rapids Christian softball fields, the 2 of them are just to our left. Pitch high, and she'll take first on the walk. I think we got Allie Schultz pinch hitting. Yep, we do. A senior left-handed hitter out of Granville High School, former Bulldog. Now pinch hitting for the Knights, number 8, Allie Schultz. That time being called by the Chicago head coach. I wonder if we're going to have a pitching change. I think we will. Didn't even go out to the circle, just went right to our home plate umpire, signaled the change. It looks like number 1, Delaney Choi, will go on for Hefke. Now pitching for the Maroons, number 1, Delaney Choi. Choi out of La Canada. Let's see, it's California. I got to get my reading glasses on here. La Canada, Flintridge, California. Kind of makes me think about a conversation I had with my son about someone who was coming to Calvin from Ontario, California, and he said, "Oh, good, a Canadian." I said, "Well, no, not exactly. It's Ontario, California, not Ontario in Canada." And here we've got a La Canada in California. So, speaking of my family, I can give you their voyage. I got a wife and son, along with a sister-in-law and niece, and a couple other riders going down to Florida. And at 2 a.m., they had an alternator go out in South Carolina, so they had a nice little 4-hour sleep at a truck stop. Bought a new alternator, got brought to the fix-it shop about 8 o'clock this morning. Got the battery re-jumped and started, and on their way. So it's going to be about a 36-hour voyage down to Florida for them. We could probably stop the music. There we go. Pitch outside, a ball. As I always say, when you're in March Madness, whether you're driving down to Florida or playing basketball, it's surviving and advancing. Here's the pitch. In there for a strike, 1-1. Schultz could really bust this game open. She's got a strong stick. 2 runners on the bases with 1 out here in the 5th. Kelvin up 8-4. Choi trying to, and there's a fly ball hit out toward right. Right fielder back, makes the grab. Well hit ball, but the right fielder played it well. Tagging and moving the third is Emma Walker. So just a fly out, runner advancing, 2 away. Any run scored from this point would be unearned, as Knight should have been retired at this point because of that error on the sack bunt attempt by Pepin earlier. Now batting, the DP, number 17, Grace Glass. So runners at the corners, Glass, the slap hitter. See what she pulls out of her bag of tricks. Left-handed hitter. And that's a one-hopper up to the plate, runner not advancing. That's Gostra over at first. Looks like that might be Garcia in the on-deck circle. She might pinch hit if the Knights get another batter here. First game of a doubleheader. The pitch, swing and a foul, throw down to second, and now the runner will try to induce a pickle play, and they will. Now throw down to home and a double steal by the Knights. They played that one perfectly as Walker came sprinting home, and it's a 9-4 ball game. And another runner in scoring position. The old pickle play, as they used to call it, back when I played Little League, back in the Stone Age days. Pitch way up high into the backstop, and moving on to third is Gostra, and it's 2-1. They're going to give her, are they going to give her home plate? Not sure. There was a, no, she's going to stay at third as Gostra. I thought we might have an interference call from the third baseman, but I'm not sure if they were warning Gostra or warning the third baseman. I'm not sure exactly what that call was. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Glass still at the plate, runner at third. Choi in the circle, the pitch. Little chopper to second base. Flip over to first, and it's wide. That'll be an error. Glass goes down to the ground. She collides with the first baseman. She's up, and that will be another run. That's an error, unearned, no RBI. Error in the second baseman, and it's 10-4, Calvin. Now batting first baseman, number 23, Emily Gist. So it's Gist at the plate. I think she was in the on-deck circle. Probably mistook her for Elena Garcia. Well, another big run added on. And now the Knights are just 2 runs away from a mercy roll win. A home run could end this game. Strike on the outside part of the plate. 0-1 as we are now in the 5th inning. And Gist has that kind of pop in her bat. Wind blowing out toward left field, so that would be the area, if you're going to hit one out, that you'd like to send it out toward. Ball up high, 1-1. We were talking about California. I'd say the batter with the most power that Calvin has ever had that I have witnessed would be Lena Avila, who is out of Southern California. Played from around 2012 to 2015, and she just hit line shots 20, 30 feet over the fence, and she could go to left field, center field, right field, and the wind could be blowing into her face, and she'd still just smash the ball out. I think she had 16 home runs one year. 2 balls, 1 strike. I mean, when the ball left her bat, it just jumped. Outside, I think she was from Walnut Creek, California. For some reason, I remember that one. Her brother Patrick, all-conference third baseman for the Knights. Fun guy. Always like talking to Pat, as well as Lena. 3 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Still a runner at aboard, and 3 balls, 2 strikes. There you go. Gist the batter, 10-4 Calvin. Choi taking plenty of time. Here's the pitch. Down low, a ball. 2 runners aboard. With 2 away. Now I think we're going to have a pinch runner. Sanborn at the plate. Coach Becky Hilgert is, I think it's just Sanborn re-entering the lineup as she already batted once in this inning and then was pinch run for. So now re-entering the game in the same half inning. Well, she could end this game with an extra base hit, bringing 2 runners home. Here's the pitch. Shot and right to the shortstop. Just a heat-seeking shot, but right to the glove of the shortstop Murphy. So the Knights are retired, but heavy damage done. 6 runs there in the 5th. Kelvin in the 5th, 6 runs, 5 hits. Couple of errors and 2 runners left on base. Move to the top of the 6th, Kelvin 10 and Chicago 4. Try to get you a look at some of the other scores in the MIAA here. The next chance. Got to pull that up on my phone. See, baseball, Adrian and Elma are tied 6-6. Elma won the first of that series earlier. We got a final in baseball. Kelvin defeated Olivet 12-2 in a game that lasted just 7 innings. Hope defeated Trine 8-1. That's the league opener for those 2 teams. Got another one to follow at 4. See, Kalamazoo and Albion are in the first early on. Got men's lacrosse, Trine leading Hanover 3-2. Softball, Trine defeated Hiram 10-3. Get you more scores here in a bit. And we can turn the music off. Now batting for Chicago, number 13, the DP, Ava Sinai. Pitch in there for a strike. Let's see. Hope leading Anderson 1-0 in the second. That's softball there. That is at Anderson. Calvin is scheduled to take on Anderson later this year. Here's a shot fouled on the first baseline, 1-2. And that about rounds it up in MIAA competition. See if I can dig up a box score on that Kelvin baseball win over Olivet. Ground ball to third and foul as Goster got a piece of it, but in foul ball territory. He'll make it 1-2. See, for the Knights, looked like Patrick Gillen went 3 for 5 with 4 runs batted in. Mason with that 3-run home run. Here's a foul out of play. Ryan Shearhart, who you hear sometimes on the airwaves during the fall and winter broadcasting games, had a triple. Josh Winkle, a freshman out of Grand Rapids Christian, had a double. Nolan Coyle got the win. Moves to 3-1. There's a pitch that is in there for a strike. A called strike 3. Ava Sinai will head to the bench. Now batting number 4, Anna Jensen. Jensen, the second baseman. Pitch in there for a strike. Still got Brooke Hunderman working in the bullpen for Calvin. Pitch outside a ball. I would suspect she might start game number 2. Got the win in, I think it was game number 2 against Chicago the other day. Ooh, that one's going to hit the batter. So we have now had 5 batters that have been hit by a pitch in this game. 3 by Chicago and 2 by Calvin. So the leadoff, or beg your pardon, the second batter aboard here for Chicago with 1 out. Now batting Number 22, Alina Yazik, first baseman. So Yazik, the first baseman. Grounds it out toward short, charging. Is Herder over to first in time for the out. Good play by the young freshman out of Kalamazoo Christian. Two outs here in the sixth. Now batting number 17, Matilda Nelson. See, Nelson, the third baseman, number 9 hitter in the order. Knights would like to retire the side and maybe get a couple of runs in the sixth and end it by way of the run rule. The pitch and a chopper right toward Hazelhoff. Has it on a two-hopper over to first in time for the out. For Chicago in the sixth, no runs, no hits, no errors, one left. We go to the bottom of six. Kelvin leads at 10-4. Delaney Choi is back in the circle for the Maroons. Leading off for the Knights will be the left fielder, number 12, Kennedy Pepin. So Pepin at the plate, and she had a big play last half, or last inning, I should say. Had that sack bunt that was thrown wayward at the first baseman, or actually the second baseman was covering first, and that kind of opened the floodgates. So Knights scored sixth. Here's a shot in the left field. Left fielder coming hard and makes the grab on her knees. A nice play by Chicago's left fielder Martinez. That thing was hit on a line. Now batting for the Knights, number 22, Tori Decker. So Decker had the 2-run RBI triple back in the fifth at the plate. She's had herself a good ball game at the plate. She has driven in some runs in right field, and there's a chopper over. No, third baseman has it with a big snag and over to first in time for the out. That's a nice play by Matilda Nelson. I thought that one was going to get over her head. Now batting number 34, Emma Walker. I was just going to say Decker throwing a runner out at the plate earlier in the game. Had a good whack at it right there. And good play by Nelson at third. The pitch, down low, a ball. About 3:30 here in the Grand Rapids area. This game about an hour and a half in. The pitch, shot foul off the screen, past the dugout. There's Walker just whacking at that one. 1-1. At the NCAA D1 men's basketball tournament in action last night, Sweet 16. Women's Sweet 16 on the D1 side gets underway tonight. Here's the pitch. More Sweet 16 men's hoops later tonight. In Big Ten country here, Illinois advanced. Alabama with an upset over UNC. Gotta think off the top of my head the other two games, the winners here. 2 balls, 1 strike, and there's a little flare, and it's Nelson again at third base who grabs it in time for the out. For the Knights there in the sixth, no runs, no hits, no errors, no one left. Go to the top of the seventh, Kelvin leads it 10-4. UConn was a winner on the men's side, the defending national champs, and they are looking pretty strong. There has not been a repeat national champ on the men's side since, I believe, 91-92 with the Duke Blue Devils. And if somebody's going to do it, I would say it'd be Danny Hurley and his UConn squad. Actually, I have some women's games just underway. Oregon State at halftime leading Notre Dame 32-31. Little side fun fact, Oregon State coached by Scott Rioch, who formerly was the coach at George Fox University, won a national title back when Hope was hosting the Final Four in the late 2000s. They beat Wash U in 2009. I helped work that Final Four as a volunteer. He has gone on to quite a bit of success at the D1 level with the Oregon State Beavers. Leading off for Chicago here in the 7th, number 7, Madeline Murphy. Pitch in the outside corner, in for a strike. The other win last night was Clemson over Arizona, 77-72, and there's a little D3 connection there. Clemson head coach Brad Brownell. Pitch in the inside part of the plate for a strike, 0-2. He was a member of the DePaul team in 1990 that defeated the Kelvin Knights in the Final Four, 82-79. Unfortunately, that score is in my mind. That was a tough loss to swallow. Pitch hit into center field, base hit. So the leadoff batter aboard here in the 7th for the Maroons. Kelvin had knocked off the number 1 ranked Wittenberg Tigers in the Elite 8 the weekend before. Heavy favorites against DePaul, and DePaul shot the lights out from 3-point range and upset number 2 ranked Kelvin in the national semis. And then lost a real close game to the University of Rochester the following night. I guess Brownell had a chance at a shot. Here's a shot to third base. Gostra, a 2-hopper over to first, and Gist has it. Nobody at third, and the runner will just move on up and take the free base. So 1 out, runner does move on to third. Now batting number 14, Audrey Hui. Hui, the center fielder. At the plate, chance to drive in a run. But anyway, Brownell was a starter in that DePaul team, and he has gone on to big success as a D1 men's basketball coach. Here is a foul back to the screen. So you never know what you're going to find in the D3 ranks. Look at the Super Bowl recently, and a number of guys in the coaching ranks who had played D3 or in the front office staffs of the respected teams, Chiefs and 49ers. Pitch in there for a strike, 0-2. Of course, next week will be the D3 week celebration, April 1 to 7. The old tagline, Why D3? Here's a shot out toward right field, and it gets past the second baseman, Sweetland, and that will be a run. 10-5. Second hit in the inning for Chicago. Nice 2 outs away from a win, though. Now batting number 15, the catcher, Mia Boshin. There's a foul out of play, 0-1. Changeup floats high. 1-1. Got some Major League Baseball in action today. The Brewers are up 3-1 on the Mets. Braves and Phillies 0-0 in the second. Here's the pitch. Runs outside, 2-1. Hazelhoff trying to close the door here on Chicago. It's been an interesting game. Kelvin had a 4-run lead. Chicago battled back to tie it at 4, and then the Knights with 6 runs in the 5th inning. Take the 10-4 lead. Now Chicago run here in the 7th, and another hit that out toward right field off the hands. Flared out in the right, and 2 runners aboard with only 1 away. Time will be called. We'll have a meeting in the circle. between the entire infield. Now batting for the Maroons, number 23, left fielder Maya Martinez. Martinez made that excellent grab out in left field last half inning on her knees on the line drive. Now she's got a chance to hit the ball herself. Knights will play deep in the infield. Force out at second or third. Pitch runs inside. A ball. Medium depth in the outfield. Say the outfielders are pretty straight up. Swing and a miss on a ball that ran in the inside part of the plate, 1-1. Swing and a miss. Good hard fastball by Hazelhoff, just rearing back and firing it. 1-2. Let's see if she comes back with the hard stuff, or does she go with the changeup? Swing and a miss. Another one on the inside part of the plate. Maybe took a little bit off of that one as far as the speed. There's 2 away. Now batting for Chicago, the DP number 32, Ava Sinai. So the Knights 1 out away from a Game 1 win over Chicago. Pitch floats in high, a ball. We've had 3 hits in this inning. And that one is in there for a strike. 1-1. Foul back to the screen, 1-2. Maroons down to their final strike. Beautiful afternoon here at the Gainey Athletic Complex. First 2 games. The pitch in the dirt, 1 hops up to the plate, and the runners will advance on the wild pitch. So they're both in scoring position. Hazelhoff went with a change, and that one got away from her a bit. Ground ball nubbed out towards second, charging Sweetland over to first in time for the out, and the Knights get the Game 1 win. For Chicago in the 7th, 1 run on 3 hits, 2 runners left on base. Our final score, Kelvin 10 and Chicago 5. The final line totals for Chicago, 5 runs, 8 hits, 2 errors. For Kelvin, 10 runs, 9 hits, and 1 error. We're going to have about a 30-minute break and then the start of Game 2, so stick around. So there you have it. Our final score, 10-5. Hazelhoff comes on in relief and will get the pitching victory. And that big 6-run 5th inning for the Knights proved to be the difference. Kelvin moves to 14-3. Chicago dips to 11-7. And we will have the start of Game 2 shortly. Take a little break right now, and we'll be back. Let's see. Right now it is about 3:39, so we'll be back on the air right around 4 o'clock as we get prepped for the start of Game 2. Stick around.